What's good, everybody? It's your boy Moski, back with another video. And hey, are you guys surprised to see that I posted on a Sunday and without wearing my traditional red hoodie and blue hoodie for Monday Night Raw and Smackdown? Because I sure am. And the reason that is that I'm recording a video on a Sunday, and I let you guys know in the community tab, and if you did not know, I basically said, are you guys interested in me reacting to wrestling news, what's going on in the community, and giving my thoughts and opinions of what's going on? And not only that, I wanted to react to wrestling highlight moments where they show across the world, not just only WWE, but indie scenes where you see the most insane moves of wrestling. So I want to know what you guys thought, and some people commented, and I appreciate for the ones that did. But now we're going to do my very first wrestling news, and I cannot wait to get into it because the title reads, RIP Death Rebel in WWE and Bloodline OG Reunite. Very interesting topic, and I cannot wait to get into it. But before we get to the video, please make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe, post notification, get all my videos up to date. Without further ado, let's get straight to this reaction.
What is going on, guys? It is Bloodline here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Smackdown, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including when will the OG Bloodline reunite?
Oh shit.
Rikishi wants WWE to do better with Jacob Fatu. Rest in peace, Death Rebel, and bad music in WWE.
Finally.
Vicky Guerrero fan backlash. WWE superstars appear at TNA Victory Road. Could Jacob Fatu have a potential new manager, and much more?
Oh,
be sure to subscribe and
I did not hear about that one.
Wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on WrestleMania XL. As always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number one, a sensational season premiere. The Smackdown hit it out of the park last night with a great start to the new season and the show's return to the USA Network. Last night was all about the return of Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, undoubtedly the WWE's top two babyfaces. The question of who is number one is a topic that could be answered in a whole new video. A Roman's war with Solo Sikoa's Bloodline is SmackDown's top feud, and adding Cody Rhodes to the Civil War was a smart way to keep Cody at the top, as after all he's a Blue Brand's world champion and played off his long history with the group. Thankfully, the WWE didn't phone in the rest of the show. The Hayes vs. Andrade match was another rematch, but framing it as a best-of-5 series is a great way to avoid it seeming like
their matches were very entertaining
after another. Likewise, fans have seen Kevin Owens scrapping with A-Town Down Under for months, but adding Randy Orton kept things fresh. As for Misha vs. Piper, we'll get to that in a bit. Number 2, Colossal Cage Match. Last night's cage match was the right way to start the show, as the WWE wanted a strong lead-in for SmackDown.
I just want to let you guys know, I did watch the full match of Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa in the cage match. I actually enjoyed it. I think out of all the matches they had, I think this was the best one that Solo had with Cody Rhodes. So I actually really enjoyed it.
Although this was a main event match, it's not the first time that WWE has started off rather than ending with a main event match. Here, the match was all about setting up Roman Reigns to return and getting fans to stay tuned throughout the show to see whether Cody would team up with the original Tribal Chief. As for the cage match, it was a solid showing by both men, but it should be clear that the WWE needs to move on from Cody versus Solo, simply because Rhodes has beat him whenever it's mattered.
That is true. Solo always loses to Cody Rhodes, and it's hard to take him as a formidable foe, where Cody Rhodes always at the end is going to defeat Solo Sikoa. So I don't know what's next for Solo. Obviously, we know it's the tag match, but I'm talking about like beyond that. But I guess we'll see.
Number 3, the Bloodline is Roman's problem. Cody's initial refusal to team with Roman Reigns is a great setup for Cody's change of heart later in the show. Rhodes has dealt with the Bloodline for the last 2 years, and understandably, he wants to move on. This was another example of the WWE's focus on logic in its storylines, as Cody had no reason to deal with Roman until the events later in the show changed his mind.
Yeah, when that whole incident happened where Cody Rhodes literally said, I don't want no part of, like, the Bloodline. That's Roman's problem. And then at the very end of SmackDown, freaking he offers his hand, like, hand me the contract so I can help you against the Bloodline. Like, that didn't make no sense to me. I know it's cool to, like, well, to some people. It's, in my opinion, I thought it was cool to see them being, you know, they're not going to like each other because obviously it's from their history. But it's pretty cool to see Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns be on the same page to go against another team that is his own family, as Roman Reigns I'm talking about. But a lot of people didn't like where he just, like, Cody Rhodes, like I said, he just accepted out of nowhere where he was like, what? Like, didn't you just say you didn't want to be a part of it? Now you want to? I don't know. It wasn't. It didn't make sense to me, in my opinion. I felt like they could have build the whole thing of Cody Rhodes. Like, you know what? Let me help Roman, and it just seemed like it rushed it right away. So let me know what you guys think about that.
Before, well done guest appearance. The Smackdown featured a slew of guest appearances that enhanced the show without taking the focus on the show's current superstars. This was a pleasant change from past shows where guest appearances disrupted the main show, with writers awkwardly trying to place them into the show. Number 5, brilliant Best of 5 series. Last night's finale to Andrade and Carmelo Hayes' Best of 5 series was excellently executed, and while Carmelo fans will argue he should have won the deciding match, the series elevated both men. Andrade needed this series to re-establish his credentials since his return to WWE, while Hayes needed the TV time to show the universe he's someone to keep an eye on. While we are skeptical that the series is over, particularly after Andrade said so, and a sure sign Hayes has other plans, it's another example of how to book an undercard.
They're both very talented too,
hold fans' interest. Number 6,
I enjoyed their wrestling matches.
Level up. The Smackdown season premiere had much going for it, including some of the new graphics to liven up the show. It's hard to believe how much things have changed since Kevin Dunn's departure, and while Dunn deserves credit for the WWE's tremendous production values, whoever's behind the current presentation has taken things even further. We love the new logo. We gotta say the new logo looks absolutely fire. It's given SmackDown a nice futuristic look to it. What do you guys think of the new logo?
I thought it was a pretty creative logo. Like SmackDown have the D blend in with the S. So I like the new logo, but the song, that's something else.
That was good. What about the bad? As number 1, Misha vs. Piper was a showcase match. SmackDown ruined an opportunity to showcase some of its women's division by booking Misha vs. Piper Niven, 2 superstars who were talented but have been booked badly for years. If they wanted to showcase these 2 superstars, they would have done better by booking them in a tag match with established stars. Number 2, did Triple H swerve the fans? Did Triple H swerve the universe during his promo about SmackDown? The game informed fans of the Solo vs. Cody Steel Cage match, and teased fans needed to stay tuned to see what else was in store. Naturally, some fans saw this as a hint to expect something huge, such as a return of The Rock. Now, granted, Roman Reigns' appearance was big, but many fans expected it, which made them accept more. Do you think Triple H swerved the fans, or did they read too much into his comments? Let us know in the comments down below.
Well, when I think about that, I was thinking maybe they're just trying to wait for The Rock to return, because he could return at Bad Blood. A lot of people say he's not. I'm just throwing a theory. It's a possible chance, either him or Jimmy Uso coming for the save, because there's still more members of the new Bloodline, I should say, than Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. So we'll see what happens at Bad Blood, because that's gonna be one of the most enjoyable pay-per-views that I've seen since WrestleMania. So I cannot wait for that one.
Of course, there was nothing downright ugly. This was the Roman Reigns show, which was a great way to start the season and build things up for the fall, as well as Bad Blood. What do you guys think of SmackDown's return to the USA Network? Let us know in the comments down below.
I enjoyed it.
Now, let's move on.
I had no problem with it. Because Fox, man. Fox is another freaking company where just keep on censoring everything.
Our top story looks at when will the original Bloodline reunite?
Here we go.
Tribal Chief ever reunite with the original Bloodline's members, Jey and Jimmy Uso, and even possibly honorary Uso, Sami Zayn. While Reigns could use the backup as he deals with Solo Sikoa's numbers advantage, so far the only backup he has is Cody Rhodes. But nonetheless, WRKD Wrestling is reporting it's only a question of when before Roman's allies return. Be patient. The OG Bloodline will get back together when the moment is right. It's only a matter of time. I won't be surprised if Solo uses a numbers advantage when he and Jacob Fatu face Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, setting things up for Jey and Jimmy to show up and reunite as brothers again. Next up.
Okay, so them reuniting again, because everyone in the comment section kept on saying, when is Jimmy coming back? When is Jey Uso coming back? I'm like, man, we gotta pump the brakes here. We gotta slowly build this, of them coming back to the Bloodline. Obviously, Jimmy, he was in the Bloodline until Solo Sikoa freaking took him out. But Jey Uso's a different story, where Jey Uso right now, he's a top baby, one of the top baby faces, and right now he's on Raw. So they gotta build up a story of him coming back to the Bloodline. They can't just force him right away, because it wouldn't make sense for his character. But I cannot wait how they slow build this, because we still got a long way to Survivor Series, and I think that's the next time we're gonna see where the original Bloodline versus the new Bloodline. So I cannot wait. So I don't want them to rush it. As long as they tell the story right, that's all that matters.
Rikishi wants WWE to do better with Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu has
Really?
been absolutely crushing it in WWE, not to mention crushing many of his opponents. But Uncle Rikishi feels that WWE can do more. The WWE Hall of Famer discussed this on his podcast, saying, I feel we need to, really brand him. He's branded. He did this branding on the independent. We need to put him on TV matches, give him like 3-4 minutes, let's spice up. I think they can do better with, as far as his intro. We need something exactly what the Bloodline is. Dramatic. Did you guys agree with Rikishi? Or is WWE doing well with the Samoan Werewolf?
I think WWE is doing really great with Jacob Fatu. He's literally as soon as he came to the scene, he turned out to be my favorite newest member of the Bloodline. Jacob Fatu, with his insane moves and freaking how vicious he is. And he calls himself the Wild Samoan, as in being a werewolf. Bruh, that's a cool gimmick. I like it, and I cannot wait to see more what WWE does for him. And not only that, we're going to get him tagging up with Solo, going against Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, so cannot wait to see him wrestle.
Next up, a potential new manager for Jacob Fatu. There's good news for fans of former WWE superstar Armando Alejandro Estrada, as PW Insiders reported that the man best known for managing Umaga has signed a legend deal with WWE. And now some fans are speculating whether Estrada might manage Jacob Fatu in the near future, much as he managed Fatu's uncle Umaga in the WWE. Would you guys like to see this?
That's interesting. I like that.
Up, Triple H flex. I wish Triple H's stock continuing to rise in TKO holdings. Some fans who caught Smackdown's closing credits noticed Paul Levesque and Lee Fitting are listed as the show's executive producers, believing that this is further proof of Triple H's continued rise in the executive hierarchy. Next up, WWE changing up new signings. The Motor City Machine Guns, aka Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, are
okay, I'm not familiar with these guys.
Expect some changes to the team when they debut on the Black and Gold brand. Pro Wrestling Nexus is reporting that logos, merch designs are still being worked out for Motor City Machine Guns in WWE. They will not be using their TNA name, and from the sound of it, Death Rebel has a theme set
for
them
already. Oh my god, Death Rebel.
There's no word yet on whether any other
their songs is always like
and Shelley's names or the
plain.
Name. Next up, rest in peace Death Rebel and bad WWE
Thank
music.
God.
Speaking of Death Rebel, rumor has it that WWE won't be renewing its deal with the artist currently producing much of the WWE music, or should we say bad music. According to Pro Wrestling Nexus' Corey, we've had rumblings that Death Rebel will not have their contracts renewed when it ends. They also added, we're trying to reach out to figure out when that is exactly, and to add more confirmation to this is not set as fact yet, and until further confirmation, take it as a grain of salt. This adds to the report by Corey, where WWE is looking to utilize more outside artists more and more. Many fans believe Death Rebel's music has lacked vitality and pales in comparison to previous pieces produced by Jim Johnson. As noted by Inside the Ropes, the WWE replaced SmackDown's previous theme with Never Play by Megan Thee Stallion. So what do you guys think of the new theme? Next up,
I'm glad that they're not going to renew Death Rebel's contract, because every time they make a song for a wrestler, it feels like just a generic beat. And now that like a lot of people don't know that music is a big part of a wrestler's like gimmick, and it can either like boost their career, or if that song is trash, it ain't gonna boost it at all. And we just needed a new musician to take over, because Death Rebel, they have not produced a lot of good, or I should say at all, it seems like, of soundtracks for the particular wrestler. So thank God that WWE is listening to the fans.
WWE superstars appear at TNA Victory. Friday night was a big night for TNA Wrestling as it held its Victory Road event, and the promotion upped the ante with several appearances by WWE stars, including JBL, Ariana Grace, and Wendy Chu. JBL helped TNA champion Nick Nemeth deal with outside interference from the system during Nemeth's title event against Moose. Wendy Chu unsuccessfully challenged TNA Knockouts champion Jordan Grace for the title, while TNA Santino Marella reunited backstage with his daughter, NXT superstar Ariana Grace. Fans will be paying close attention for more crossovers as TNA prepares for Bound for Glory, its biggest show of the year. Next up,
that's pretty cool that, like WWE and TNA are in partnership working together. So I like seeing that, because we haven't not seen that at all, and especially when it was under Vince McMahon. But I'm glad that the new management and new bosses are willing to work with other companies.
Backlash against Vicky Guerrero. The SmackDown featured many appearances from WWE alumni, including Rob Van Dam, who's with his girlfriend Katie Forbes. But it also included former WWE star Vicky Guerrero, and there was much criticism of her appearance. An ex-account tweeted incredibly
Oh,
about
I do
Vicky on
remember
TV
this.
after she supported her daughter's abuser. Vicky Guerrero was the subject of controversy when she allegedly defended her daughter's abuser. The WWE seems to embrace Vicky's return, posting a Smackdown exclusive of Guerrero sharing her thoughts on returning to the WWE, including her assessment of Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis as general managers. And finally, Smackdown Pyro is back. And last but not least, a Smackdown season premiere featured some cool cosmetic changes, including return of pyrotechnics. The WWE hasn't used pyro in a while, so last night's fireworks meant more and symbolized the Blue Brand's return to the USA Network.
Oh, okay, that's the end of the video. All right. Well, we got a lot of news from that one, and we got obviously the Bloodline, the OG Bloodline, I should say, reuniting. But you know, we gotta stay patient with that. So it's gonna come to time where we actually do get that, but we just gotta get that slow build so we can build it to Survivor Series. That's where I see it, in my personal opinion. And yeah, so this is my very first reaction and my own thoughts and opinion of what's going on in the wrestling community. So I'm sorry I'm a little rusty. I'm gonna try to get used to doing this, and stay tuned for more. I'm definitely gonna do some more wrestling news content, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. But if you enjoyed my reaction, please drop a like, comment, subscribe, post notification, get all my videos up to date. See you in the next video, and peace.